Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to flip number 71. This is my November-December Fibonacci. In case you're new to the channel, I use altered composition books. I happen to enjoy the Staples brand gridded notebooks the best. And let's see, I glue 3 pages together to prevent bleed through and to make the pages a little more sturdy. And I washi down the sides, which you'll see in a moment. And this cover, I just simply used a calendar that I purchased at Dollar Tree here in the US a long time ago and thought it was appropriate because this is my November-December book and it had a cornucopia on it. And then on the back, here, I'll just show you the back real fast. On the back is a cute little Christmas calendar page. So yeah, that's how I do that. And okay, so let's get started. So in my books, I hope you guys can see this and I don't have to move it around all over the place. Okay, so in here, in the beginning of all of my books, well, I should say the beginning of all of my months in the book, I always put, like a pretty little meme here on the left side of the page, and I put a pocket usually on the right side of the page, and this just holds bits and bobs of things that I use, and it also holds any Happy Mail envelopes that I get. So that's that. And then let's see here. Okay, so I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so on this day, this was November 1st, and Facebook friends are a special breed. I'll tell you what, November was the month for Happy Mail. I was so thankful that I was able to send out some Happy Mail, which isn't all too often for me. I wish it was more often, but yeah, that's a whole nother story. Anyway, I was thankful I was able to get some out, and I was also very blessed to receive some. So on this day here, I received beautiful Happy Mail from Amy and from Annette, and this is Amy's sweet little note. I always try to put the cards in as well. I put the envelopes in my pocket, but I always try to incorporate the cards into my book because I just want to remember them. So this was so sweet. Amy had seen my videos that I had been attempting to crochet, and so she sent me this beautiful granny square with a pumpkin on it, and it lives very proudly on my inspiration board. And so I just wrote on the card here, these are my crochet goals. One day. And then Annette sent me this beautiful, well, she sent me a Happy Mail, but one of the things that was in there was this beautiful watercolor painting that she had done. And I just want to mention with both of these items, these are not the originals. The originals live, like I said, very proudly on my inspiration board right above my desk so that I can see them every day and be reminded of these lovely ladies. But Annette had painted this, so the original is on my board, and then what I simply do is photocopy them on my printer and then cut them out and put them in the book so that I can remember them. And then there's Annette's sweet little note. I always, like I said, I always incorporate the note. This little pocket here I made out of some shaving cream paper I'd made a while back. And then this was a cute little embellishment that Annette sent me as well. And I was also working on this collage. This collage is actually probably, I don't know, 9 inches by 11 inches maybe. It's in a magazine that I use for collage. And what I do with these is I simply photocopy them but resize them so that they fit into my book, because this is actually, like the Fibonacci is a daily journal. So it's not an art journal. Obviously, I have collage journals, I have art journals, I have other journals, but I do want to make note that I was working on something that day. So that's what I do, is I just simply photocopy it. Little tip for you. And yep, I was at the bottom of this month, I was doing thankful fours on each day. And so, excuse me, this particular month I was very thankful for my Facebook and YouTube friends. And then on this day here, baby girl, that is the nickname that my husband has for me. And this day on November 2nd, we celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. We've been together about 30 years. And yep, he is the king of my world. That is like one of my very favorite pictures of him. He's standing on top of our boat. So, yeah, it was taken a couple years ago, but I just love this picture of him. So, yes, of course, I was thankful that day for celebrating 25 years together with the love of my life. He had brought me home some roses that were just so sweet. And this was a sweet little thing that my daughter had put on Facebook, and it was just a very sweet post. It says, "Happy 25th anniversary to two of the most important and influential people in my life. I always say you two disgust me with your love, but truthfully, I couldn't be more grateful to have parents who seem to only fall more in love every day. I'm thankful for the example you have set of what marriage and truly loving someone is supposed to look like. I love you both immensely." So that just brought tears to my eyes. It was so sweet. And then that day as well, we were having conversations. We were sitting at lunch together, the kids and I, at home. And it's just so funny, the things that come out of their mouths, you know. We always say, like, the things that come out of the mouths of babes, well, yeah, they come out of the mouths of adults as well. And they are funny. So, yep, that was funny. And then this was like a little side note. This was a last minute thing that I added in here because the Chicago Cubs had won the World Series. It had been like 108 years. So yeah, I just, thought I'd put that in there. And I had this I have a Peanuts book that I got at the library for free. And I was sending some Happy Mail out to somebody who likes Snoopy in particular. And so, yeah, I saw this and I thought, oh, that's a cute little thing that I could cut out and just put in here for the Cubs winning the World Series. Let's see. Yeah. On this day, I just was having one of those days, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has them. I'm sure everybody has those days where, the negativity just kind of creeps in and, you just got to go with it. And I don't know. I guess the most important thing is how long you stay in that funk, which, I mean, I don't know. So yeah, it was one of those days. So I put some memes in, and the one thing that I always hold on to is that, even though we do have down days at times, we have the ability to choose joy and to choose happiness. And I know, believe me, I know that it's easier said than done a lot of times, but trust me when I say it can be done. So yeah, I was just remembering that tomorrow is a new day, and I put in a Bible verse, Luke 178, about the dawn, a new day will dawn. And yeah, so I was just thankful for God's grace and mercy, which is new each and every morning. Then this day here, I got a lovely Happy Mail package with a whole bunch of goodies from Kathleen, and it was just so sweet. So again, I put in, the cards. I keep the cards in here. And it was just so nice and so much stuff. And so I appreciate it so much, Kathleen. And then this day also, I was working on, this is an index card, a collage index card that I was working on. And again, this is a photocopy of it because this is my daily journal. This is something I did that day, but I keep it someplace else, or I give them away in Happy Mail. So I was doing that today. These are just some cutouts that I had found in a magazine because we went down to the library. Oh, this must have been a Friday. Yes, this was a Friday, so we were headed down to the Keys with the family. So, yeah, I had found these in a magazine that I had gotten at the library. And, we went to the library and I hit the magazine mother load. Now I don't even know if it's possible, but I think I have too many magazines. Yeah, I need to go through them, clip the stuff out, and get rid of them. So this day here was just a collage. I just really like this autumnal collage of, candles. I love these colors. I love orange. It's one of my favorite colors. And yeah, so we were still down in the Keys, my big handsome. Was having a high pain day that day. So yeah, we just hung out and watched The Fall on Netflix, which is a British like detective show. It's a pretty good show. We enjoyed it. And yeah, I think I sat down and I cut a load of pictures from the magazines I had just gotten the day before. And then I was thankful for, of course, spending time with my big handsome, even if we don't feel all that well, because there are many days that we don't feel well, but at least we're together. So I'm thankful for that always. And then this day here, we headed home, and I decided to just put in here when we had gone shopping the day before, I think, in the morning. He was feeling bad in the afternoon, Saturday afternoon, but I think we went out that morning. Oh no, I'm sorry. Maybe we went out Friday. I can't remember. It's been so long. Anyway, I got a lovely tin of a bunch of different types of tea. So yeah, at night, a lot of times I enjoy a nice hot cup of tea, and so decided to put those in there. And we had traveled home this day from the Keys, so my husband was watching his football games. And yeah, I'm not a fan of sports really at all, but I enjoy being with my handsome. So I sat there and cut more images out of magazines while he watched the game. And then my kids both went out to an air show that we had here locally. So they had fun doing that. And then that evening we started watching The Walking Dead. And at this point in time, we had just started it, and I was not a fan yet at all. So I was thankful that my gems, are friends and they enjoy spending time together. So that's always nice. Let's see here. This day here, it was a total bed day. I literally spent the entire day in bed clipping magazines. And it was so funny because I had picked this clipping from a magazine just because I liked the way that the bed looked. And then when I had posted it on the Fibonacci site, one of the gals on there, a sweet friend on the site, she was like, how appropriate that you got a picture of a bed with, a box, whatever this is, a basket, and a stack full of magazines. So I didn't even notice it when I put that in here. Isn't that funny? Yeah, so that day I was just thankful for, allowing myself a day off without feeling guilty, I've been dealing with chronic illness for some time now. Probably, well, I'm sure not near as long as other people have, but you know what? I am finally at a point where I don't very much feel guilty anymore. If I need the time off or I need a down day, I take it. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I think it's important to take care of ourselves. Only when we take care of ourselves can we take care of others. So then this day here, yeah, gosh, this meme cracks me up. Today I'm wearing a lovely shade of slept like crap, so don't piss me off. Yeah, that was how I was feeling that day. I still wasn't feeling well. I guess I was in a flare. Bang head here. Gosh. Anyway. That was that. And then it was election day. So my kids, this is actually my son's sticker for voting because my husband and I do the absentee ballot thing. And so anyway, yeah, they were able to go out and vote for the president for their very first time. So they were excited about that. And yes, I was thankful for living in a free country and having the right to vote. I'll get through these 2 pages, hopefully. Okay, so these are just some tip-ins. Yeah, oh gosh. The day after the election day, I'll go to the tip-ins in a second. Trump had won. So Donald Trump is the president-elect. And I needed a break from social media. I mean, the amount of lunacy that was going on was incredible to me. Just incredible. I was more disappointed, what I wrote here, I was more disappointed in the reactions of the people of this great nation than I was actually about the election. It just amazes me. It still amazes me. So I'm not even going to go any further. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, Then also on this day, this was a Wednesday, and my son has like a break in between classes. So I met him for breakfast at one of our favorite places that we like to go. And yep, we had some great conversations concerning the election. And so yeah, that was fun. And then I was thankful for that no matter who is president, Jesus is the king. Amen. These were collages I was working on. So this was another collage. Again, these are in a larger magazine, but I like to document that I worked on art. So yeah, I simply photocopy them and tip them in. And this was another one I had done. And I think this one I went back in and like did some highlights on the letters. So the little Harlequin girl, she came out cute. So that was that. And then on this day here, this was a Thursday. Oh, now I remember, I had a lovely lunch date with a friend of mine I hadn't seen in quite some time. So it was just so nice. And we had a lovely lunch together. We met in town, and we sat at that restaurant and gabbed for 3 hours. Oh my gosh. I was so thankful that the waitress was very patient and kind. And then we were getting into the second season of The Walking Dead. And yes, this day we had officially been, or I had been, officially sucked into the Walking Dead Club. So yeah, I really was enjoying that series on Netflix. And then I was just thankful for being able to get out and about. I went to go see my girlfriend for lunch, and yeah, it only took 7 years. I'm a slight agoraphobe when it comes to going out. I do not go out very often. It's very difficult for me to go out. But some days I get lucky and I get blessed that I was able to go out this day. So I was thankful for that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave you guys here, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for your time.